Welcome to yet again another episode of B-Movie Euphoria's VHS Roulette. Today we have a special film, to me, a film that I've seen before, but it's been a very long time, at least, I would say at least 20 years since I've seen this film. So I'm gonna set the stage a little bit. Imagine you're 10 years old and you're walking down the aisles of a video store and you're looking for something that you will be allowed to watch, because that was a big thing, at least for me when I was young and going through video stores. I was like, what am I allowed to watch? Because I knew once I got to the register, if I brought something up there that was like PG-13 or R, they'd just be like, where are your parents? And I tried it a couple times, so I know it didn't work. My mom was strictly against anything rated R, PG-13 until I was 13. So, imagine you're 10 years old, you're looking for something cool, something fun, and something wild, and you spot Mom and Dad Save the World. Now, given that the title isn't exactly a grabber, because you don't really... just a movie starring your mom and dad, it doesn't sound fun, because you already got to spend all this time with your mom and dad, and seeing them in a film, that's already, like, it's straining your patience right there. But there's a lot of interesting stuff going on in this cover, including, the title, which is nice and chrome, but also we've got, little Napoleonic Jon Lovitz here, and we've got some sort of mutant bulldog-looking fella, and then we've got the fish ladies, and we've got bouncing mushrooms. And as insane as all this looks, all of these things are actually in the movie. I watch a lot of films where, you see this whole cover and it's very alluring and very interesting, but then you go into the film and none of that shit's in there. Nothing. I just watched a movie recently called American Autobahn, which has a man and a woman on the cover embracing, and then behind them is this fast-looking car, and none of that is in the film. Neither of those people are in the film. The car in the film is a nice car, but it's not that car. It is... So nothing, absolutely nothing, on that cover is in that movie. That... Not only was it a horrible film, but that's a lie. And you're lying to people. And that ain't right. Anyway, back to this film. So, I found it when I was 10 years old. I rented it because of all the goofy shit that's on it. And I brought it home, and I loved the hell out of it. Even though, Mom and Dad were in it. It's really fun. Definitely stupid. But that's kind of the charm of this movie, is that... And a charm of a lot of movies that I enjoy, in that it doesn't take itself seriously at all. And I've read a lot of reviews saying, oh, this movie it's so bad and it's so low budget, which that's absolutely ridiculous. I've seen so many reviews saying it's low budget, which it was made for $14 million, and you can see every penny on the screen in this film, because there's a lot of like great production design. The planet of Spango, which is named after its despotic ruler, Todd Spango, played by Jon Lovitz. The planet itself looks great. It's got a lot of kind of Dr. Seussian designs to the buildings, and there's great creature effects, like I said, with the bulldog-looking guy, and we've got the evil jumping mushrooms, and the fish ladies, and just really great costuming, and it just looks very good. It looks very sleek, very goofy and stupid, but very sleek as well. And this isn't one of those movies like Sharknado where it's specifically trying to be a bad movie. It's not trying to be a bad movie. It's trying to be a over the top, kind of goofy B movie. It's trying to be silly. It's not trying to be bad. It's just trying to be very silly and not take itself seriously, which I appreciate. And so, the film stars our eponymous hero, Jeffery Jones, who he's had a few legal troubles, let's just say. He is a pederast. So, if you do watch this film, you're going to have to kind of put that aside. Pretty much the same thing you do when you watch a Roman Polanski film or any of the Jeepers Creepers films, or I don't know why you'd watch Powder again, but yeah, you kind of have to be like, okay, I realize this guy is kind of scum of the earth, but this is a very entertaining film. And then we also have Terri Garr. So these two play a very kind of typical middle class white mom and dad who they get wrapped up in this adventure because this evil ruler of planet Spango is about to blow up Earth, and then in his telescope he sees Marge, and he falls in love with her immediately and transports her and Dick up to the planet Spango, and basically forces Marge, or is going to try to force Marge to marry him because he just falls desperately in love with her. And Terri Garr is amazing. She plays the part of the kind of typical housewife, nagging but being sweet about it. Very interested in kind of worldly possessions because they're taking off for this road trip right before they get abducted, and she has to bring her coffee maker, and she's her daughter's like asking her, aren't they gonna have coffee makers in the hotel where you're going? And she's like, yeah, but this one's really good, I got it at the Furniture Warehouse. So it's very funny subtle lines in this film. Another great Terri Garr line in this film is right in the midst of the action when Jeffrey Jones' character Dick is kind of being attacked by guards. She screams out, "Dick, help me, but don't hurt yourself." Just that typical kind of, very caring, but a little bit maybe overprotective and silly mother, and she plays it beautifully. This really is amazing role for Terri Garr, and why I think this film should have a little bit more love than it has right now. It's kind of gaining a little bit of cult momentum, I think, but I think it's right up there with a couple of movies that I don't think really deserve, and this is just me saying this, don't get angry, but like Hocus Pocus, it's fun. The Sandlot, okay, great, but this is a film that's just weird enough and fun and exciting and tons of great lines, great dialogue, great performances, even though they're all over the top. But there's just so much fun stuff happening in this film. I would put this film a mile above Hocus Pocus or The Sandlot or any of these films that are just apparently 90s classics, which the 90s was a hellhole for films. We had a lot of just a lot of crap in the 90s, but out of that crap rose this great film, and I'm gonna say it's great because I just enjoyed the heck out of it. It's about 80 minutes long. We all know what's gonna happen because we're not gonna spoil anything because the ending is said in the title. That's what's gonna happen. So this film, it was written by Chris Matheson and Ed Solomon, who also wrote all the Bill and Ted films, are right now working on the newest Bill and Ted film with Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves called Bill and Ted Face the Music. And hopefully that just stays the title because it sounds pretty good. They are very good writers, very funny. There's tons of great dialogue in this, I've already said. And Jon Lovitz is just very entertaining. I enjoy the heck out of him whenever I see him. He actually had to quit Saturday Night Live to make this film. Was it a good decision? Well, the film did flop. It spent about 2 weeks in the box office and then disappeared. But on video, it made a little bit more money. I don't know if it made its money back, but it made a little bit. So maybe it wasn't the greatest decision, but if you like Jon Lovitz, if you enjoy Terri Garr, and if you can kind of put it out of your mind that Jeffery Jones is a pederast, you will like this movie. If you can just turn off your brain and kind of enjoy a film with a sort of open mind and just enjoying it for the fact of what it is, which is a completely goofy B film that should be a classic, in my opinion. You can go out there, you can find it. It's not one of those movies that doesn't exist anywhere. You can buy the DVD on Amazon really cheap. You can also watch it on streaming on Amazon or something. And there's just tons of good stuff in it. Eric Idle is also in this film. And he does a really great job as the former leader of Spango. And now Dick meets him in the dungeon where he is sequestered. And there's a kind of side plots between the fish woman and the weird dog face man, and Terri Garr kind of gets them together. And there's some kind of slower parts in the film where you're kind of like, all right, come on, get on. But in general, it's entertaining, it's fun, it's stupid. Enjoy it for what it is. Which is a way better movie than films that are just seen as 90s classics. Go Fuck Yourself, Hocus Pocus, Sandlot. It basically has a big dog and James Earl Jones. Go Fuck Yourself. Bring back Mom and Dad Save the World. Let's watch this, okay? Enjoy it, love it, go see it. Love you guys. Thanks for watching yet another episode of B Movie Euphoria's VHS Roulette, and I'll try to make more of these. I promise. I promise this time, okay? I promise.